Hi, orcas. This week, we are focusing on a book called Where the Wild Things Are. Do you know this book? I thought we should do this book because I know, like you, I'm stuck at home. And sometimes being stuck at home, I feel a little wild. Have you been feeling a little wild at all? So, I thought I would read this book to you today from my backyard. Because when I'm feeling wild, what makes me feel better is to get some fresh air, be outside, listen to my neighbor's dog bark. Can you hear that? Yeah, he's excited. So, hopefully you can hear my words while we read this book. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another. He's chasing the dog with a fork. Ooh. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. How does he look? How does he feel about that? Looking at that face. He looks angry. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. You see those trees? A forest. And grew. Ooh, how's he feeling now? That face. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. What happened to his room? Look at what happened to his room. Would you guys be nervous if that happened to your room? And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. There's his boat. His name is on his boat. Max. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. Oh. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Oh no. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. Can you show me your stares? No blinking. And made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Wild rumpus? Let's see what a wild rumpus looks like. Oh man. That looks fun. He definitely is feeling wild. I don't recommend doing too much rumpusing in the house. So there they go, swinging from trees. Ooh, he's riding on the back. That's a pretty big rumpus right there. They are definitely wild. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Did that happen to Max? Did he have to go to bed without his supper? And Max, and the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. Where's he gonna go? But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. They didn't want him to go. They liked him. But here he goes. He sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Oh, how is Max feeling? Do you know where he's going? And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Oh yeah. There's his supper. I wonder who put his supper there. Who do you think put his supper there? And it was still hot. The end. So, even if we're feeling a little wild, and maybe we upset our mom and dad or our brother or sister, they still love us. They always love us. So, we have some other activities to do. We've got some coloring to do, some drawing, and some outdoor things to do. So, check the folder and know that we miss you and we are thinking about you and hope that you are having some happy days with your family. Okay? Bye, orcas.